The stream has begun. Hello, hello. Alright, I began the stream. Hopefully it'll actually show up on my stream manager here. Let me try refreshing it. That works. Good. Alright, I'm gonna tweet out that I am streaming, and I'm gonna link it on Discord. Doop doop doop. I don't have a Discord myself, I just link it in other Discords. Alright. I have successfully linked it in various places. Okay, no dropped frames. Cool. Welcome everyone. As you see, I am streaming and it is a Tuesday. Normally I stream on a Wednesday. But today I'm streaming on a Tuesday, or this week I'm streaming on a Tuesday. So you won't be seeing a stream from me tomorrow. Instead it'll be today. And I'm also going to stream on Thursday instead of Friday. Just going to move everything up a day. I think that's how you say it. Move it up a day. Alright. I think everything is set the way I want it to be. So I think we can start now. I find it strange that Hardship Octopod... No, maybe that did happen 3 days ago. Okay. Goodness. I don't know what my brain was thinking. For some reason I thought that Artship Octopod was my most recent follower who followed yesterday. But no, they followed 3 days ago. As you can see, we are back into Reverse 1999. I played another chapter or two last night after the stream, and it blew my mind. It's a pretty big spoiler, I guess. I don't know if it's a spoiler, but it's definitely something that happened. And a part of me wants to play it in stream again. So it'll be my second time seeing what's going on. But I just really want to share it with you all. Is there anything here? Oh, I see. It wants me to click on the new pickup banner. I don't have Ms. Newbabble, and I do love her aesthetic a lot. I love the, like, dangerous, rich woman at the top of a skyscraper aesthetic. I don't know why there's a rabbit in the reflection here. That's interesting. Also, I just noticed, look at how, like, her hair is like this in real life, and then the reflection, her hair is covering her face. That makes me happy as an artist. It's like actual hair design consistency. Wow. You don't see that much in anime character design. Anyway, even if I were to pull on the Ms. Newbabble banner, I wouldn't do it on stream, because generally I like to not do that on stream. Is there anything I should do while I'm waiting for people to join in? This will get me some daily stuff. And I'll defeat enemies, I'm sure. Level up characters. Engrave a side tube. I don't have a side tube that is ready to be engraved quite yet. Clear any stage 5 times. Well, let me see where we are at. Hope everyone is having a nice Tuesday. I think our area here is finally almost about to start summer in earnest.
Please follow
We've
me.
been dealing with a lot of June rain and May rain. But I think it's gonna be warming up pretty soon here. So, one sharpened Dante run. Just one. Because I want some of this activity to go toward using it on this event story stuff. Alright. It was fun playing this with people chatting in chat yesterday. I noticed that I think there was a portion of the chat where there was a lot of messages, and I actually missed a few things that one of the chatters said yesterday, and I feel so bad because it looks like I'm ignoring them, and I wasn't at all. I just am not used to chat moving that fast. But they said something like, Ezra boy, and I love pickles, and I just wanted to reply to that belatedly right now and say, yes, I do have Ezra.
In fact, I'm glad that Laplace allows me to visit the suitcase from time to time. I can always learn a lot from you.
I love his adorable big eyes, and I love his fungi aesthetic, and I'm happy I got him, and I'm happy I built him. He has a really weird kit, and he's maybe not the most meta thing ever, but I enjoy Ezra. And Pickles is fun too! Definitely was worth the pull I did. He had a pickup banner a few months ago, and I was like, sure. And then I got him, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't think it was really gonna work. And I was like, should I build him? And one of the other Reverse 1999 streamers, Age, said, absolutely build Pickles. He's perfect. He's great. So I went for it. Those are some fun characters. I really appreciate how much, like, creativity is in the character design in this game. As we can see, there's a guy with wings for arms. It's just, it just keeps going with how crazy it is. So, because of how nuts it was in this chapter of the event that I checked out last time, I want to, like, experience it all with you all again. So, just warning for spoilers, this is a pretty big eventful chapter of the event story. Some stuff goes down. As you can see, a lot of stuff is going down here. So, I'm just gonna hit this replay button and we're gonna check out the story. I'm hoping that the volume is closer to what I wanted it to be. When I was listening back to part of the VOD yesterday, I like to listen to the VOD while I'm cooking dinner after I'm done with the stream. I was listening to the VOD, and it definitely felt like the game was pretty darn loud at parts. So I've adjusted that down. Let me know if that sounds okay. So, at this point, Gutian has finally decided to get involved again and to help, even though he feels like there's no point. He's lived a life of watching humans just kind of just do their own thing, and stuff is not going well, and things are shutting down. The river's going away and turning into a small, tiny, trickling stream, and he's losing hope. And the main characters, Yenisei and Besmert, convinced him to not give up. And so he's back in it again, and he's going to try to convince the people here that Jionyangzi is causing the missing persons cases. The uninvited guest is not willing to attack, even in his own defense. So a one-sided battle ensues. It is only natural that the side resigned to only evading will eventually lose. So he's just like dodging everybody's attacks.
Surrender and dispel your arcane skill. Turn the victims back to who they were.
Of course, the villagers are all convinced that Getian is the one who turned all the people into horses. At this moment, Besmert and Yenisei rush to the edge of the encirclement. The communication arcane skill that Gutian cast on them earlier is quietly translating the words for people.
We will put an end to it before the Shuori.
But I don't possess the power to transform people from one shape to another, and thus cannot turn them back. You're asking the wrong one.
Gutian struggles to hold on and rests on the eaves, still looking directly at Jionyangzi with some hidden meaning. But Jionyangzi shows no hint of understanding, simply looking back with a placid anger. Her look is so forceful that it is almost a glare.
Why do you have to blame this on me? I've never met those missing people, and I have no idea what you're talking about. Is this because... Did you have a grudge against me or something?
Nothing of that sort. I'm here only to prevent an unwanted escalation. I could have just walked away, and there's nothing you can do. I could have gone to other mountains, and life would have continued as it has always been. But for those who have been turned into half-Lushus...
So, we have learned that these creatures, or the creature that Yenisei was transformed into is a Lushu, and the 5 men that Yenisei and Besmert were traveling with, they were turned into half Lushu, and they don't have all of the like, they have stripes, but they don't like have the full ears and everything.
No one can get them out of this trouble.
Jionyangzi stands stunned before him. After a moment, she struggles out an accusatory remark, but her voice trembles slightly.
Been turned into half-Lushus? Are you saying that the animals in my backyard and those in the Jitsu... Are they all the missing people? But I thought they were just Lushus. The first time I saw them, it was clear that we were alike. We're just some... half-divine beasts.
So here she says... My phone is going off. Hang on. Go away. It's the local blood bank calls me a lot. I used to donate blood a lot, but I'm not right now, so leave me alone. I call them the vampires. Okay. So basically, Jionyangzi just kind of admitted out loud that she is a half-divine beast, or something like that. The crowd is thrown into a commotion. She turns a deaf ear to them and once again stares blankly at Gutian.
So they must not be humans. I've done nothing to transform them. I'm just taking good care of them so that they can tell me where they're from, and if they can, take me home.
This part I'm still not following what she's talking about. Her trembling words usher in a silence. Gutian, who knows she has already begun to waver, can only sigh. It seems he is starting to see the whole picture for what it is.
The Niuyang Mountain shelters the beasts. The beasts have white heads, red tails, the bodies of horses, and the markings of tigers. When they neigh, the sound becomes music. The name is Lushu. The striped horses you keep in the yard are half Lushus. They look like what's told in the tales, and they cry like humming songs in the moonlight. And the wooden dolls infuse your arcane skill, the shape of will, into the liquor, which turns people into Lushus or half Lushu. As for the dolls, they were once soaked in the water of Peiling River. Were they not?
The stream runs through the backyard. No. No way. They went there just for fun, or a bath. They should not...
Beyond the encirclement formed by patrolling troops, Besmert judges the course of events through the sound of people's voices. Jiu Nyangzi falls silent. The seeds of suspicion have been planted, and it is now time for witnesses to take the stand. Hidden in the crowd, Yenisei crashes into the soldiers on both sides of her. Sharp swords and spears brush over her Lushu skin, but she seems completely unfazed, charging straight toward the direction of the water jar.
What? Who let it in? Catch it!
The water leaking from the jar creates puddles in the crevices of the courtyard. Although it isn't much, it is still enough to buy some time.
Wait!
It's you!
Le Jing immediately looks up at Gutian, as though wishing to catch a glimpse of the arcane skill cast from his stills figure, only to find nothing there.
The markings of a tiger and a red mane. Exactly what the Featherman said. But its reflection is a woman?
A gasp sounds out from the crowd.
Oh my. The reflection. Is that the foreign lady from the street earlier?
Jun Youngzu also casts a bewildered gaze towards Yenisei.
You are a Lushu. You're a real Lushu now. This is what a Lushu should be. But why are you still here?
I don't see what you mean, Miss Chumangse.
Oh, you're hurt. And you shouldn't be here. It's not right.
She lightly taps the pool of water with her hand as if soothing the invisible reflection of herself.
I thought you were able to recognize your teammates and had already left here.
Wait, what? Oceanwood. I get it.
Even Yenisei's reflection in the water ripples in response to this sudden realization.
Chunangse, you turned me into a Lushu because you thought that would help me find my teammates, didn't you? Last night, you said you would help me, so this is how you... But I was not asking for help. I was only being emotional, or pouring out my troubles. Anyway, I was not asking for anything from you. From the talk, I could feel the sincerity from the bottom of your heart. It was too real to be fake. I understand you were trying to help, and that was enough.
But I don't understand. The Taoist said, the one who can protect and benefit the people shall be a Xiangrui. If you can, but you don't, that would be wrong. I've done a terrible job. I'm not that majestic, nor do I look like any Xiangruis in the book. I can't even turn into a real Lushu. How is that enough?
So this is the part where the whole story is just completely confusing to me. I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand what Jiu Nyangzi's disconnect with reality is. I don't understand what she thinks is happening. I don't understand what she thinks help is. She shakes her head and takes 2 steps back until she can retreat no longer and collides with a motionless patrol guard.
Jiu Nyangzi, I think you need to tell us everything.
Lu Zhang, who has been standing nearby, now speaks, his tone intensifying as he goes on.
Have you ever transformed people into Lushus?
Jiu Nyangzi turns her head, only to find that everyone's gaze has now shifted toward her, needling her with probing eyes.
Answer us!
I swear that I was trying to help everyone get what they want. Just like the former Jili. She wanted to go back to her hometown, so I offered her a drink and sent her back.
Jiu Nyangzi, do you understand what you are saying?
I understand every word I say.
Her reaction says more than any confession. Every sentence is a declaration. Every sentence is an interrogation.
Jiu Nyangzi, what have you done?
You should have asked this a lot earlier.
Yeah, good, yeah. Oh man.
What did you do to the Shuori?
With Le Zheng, who had always trusted her, turning on her in anger, Jianyangzi's reaction is to grab her own arm tightly as if for protection. She wants to step back again, to keep herself away from the intense emotion, but there's nowhere left for her to go. All she can do now is answer.
She came to my tavern and complained that you didn't understand her at all, and that she was considering going back to her hometown, but it seemed far away from Pei City. She looked sad and tired, and didn't know what to do.
So you...
I must grant her wish. Mustn't I? The Taoist said a Lushu can easily go 1,000 miles within a day. If they start running, go faster, that will be over 10,000 miles. If that's how I can help her, I should definitely do that.
You...
Jianyangzi lowers her eyes, trying to find more suitable words for her confession, but in the end, only a knot of confused sadness fills her throat.
Just like now. If the Peiling River dries out, you have nowhere to go. Just turn into Lushus, and then you won't suffer. Lushus can go anywhere they want. To the north, to the south, wherever they want.
So, like, why not just make everybody in the entire world into Lushus? Like, what? I don't understand her logic in the slightest.
I can grant your wish differently, even if I can't recover the river from drought. I was thinking going away freely might be a good choice. But in the end, what I'm doing is wrong?
For a moment, almost everyone is at a loss for how to deal with this revelation. Every sentence seems to them to be absurdly wrong, but the tone with which she speaks is completely sincere. Yep. Yet, no matter what explanation she might offer, it only reveals that the true culprit of the disappearances was in fact Jianyangzi herself. Indeed.
Jianyangzi, you...
No one familiar with Jianyangzi anticipated this moment, that on the eve of the festival, a time of joy and reunion, they had to come to grips with a colossal disaster caused by such a simple act of childishness. Yeah, like, childishness, right? So, like, is it humanly possible to be that level of disconnected with what help is? Like, I know that the story is treating this like, oh my gosh, it's, she's so childish that she just turned people into Lushu, thinking that it would help them. But, like, it's a complete block for me. Like, there's no world in which turning a human into a Lushu against their will would be a good thing.
But if not by doing this, then what else can I do?
Nothing! Nothing would have been better. This matter is too chilling and heartbreaking for an early spring night. Yenisei, who has remained silent for a long time, takes a step forward.
Jianyangzi, remember what you said to me last night? Liquor has many different names, but they're still liquor. You can put on many different clothes, but you will still be the same Jianyangzi. Likewise, whether you turn me into a horse, a donkey, or a Lushu, I will still be the same Yenisei. You don't have to force yourself to become the people's Zhangrei. I think it's only an unreachable symbol.
So Yenisei, like, completely charitably approaches this. I mean, part of this is out of self-preservation. Like, she's under the assumption that Jianyangzi is literally the only person in the entire world that can put her back into a human form. She's basically saying, hey, I think you were trying really hard and made this mistake because you were trying really hard. So that is incredibly charitable. for Yenisei to say.
What matters is that the Junansi I know would do whatever she could to help others. That's just what the genre does, as far as I know. Even though some results turned out to be not so satisfying, your sincerity is as valuable as the genre itself.
Too charitable at this point. Too charitable. Like, intentions does not nullify effect.
So now, you just need to turn us all back.
Yes, so turn back. When no path lies before you, it's never too late to return.
Seeing Lejang, who has been silent for a while now, nodding, Jionyang's worried expression begins to stifle a few beams of hope.
I will. I will do my best.
Jionyangzi turns around and whistles. Immediately after, the sound of wooden footsteps follows and gradually echoes around the courtyard. They circle in and silently jump around her.
All right, you can talk now. It's okay. What?
These handicrafts are able to talk. How could you be manipulated by them, Jionyangzi?
No, you're getting it wrong. Don't save me. Lijang, I'm not manipulated. They're just wood. Well, they're indeed my friends. No. That's not for now. They just talk like that. That's not what they mean.
They just talk like that. That's not what they mean. The elder's patience teeters now on the verge of exhaustion, yet his responsibilities force him to stay calm and wait patiently for the end of this farce.
This shall be the last time I put my trust in you. Ask them how
Yep.
to transform people back. But if you can't...
Jionyangzi knows that there can be no can't allowed in this juncture. She turns her head to look at the patrolmen surrounding the entire courtyard, and the locals with their fearful faces. Finally, she shakes her head to clear her mind of any unnecessary emotions and focuses on just one thing.
You heard him. Now, please tell me how to turn them back into humans, will you? If it requires liquor, I'll get it for you.
Wait, no way. No turning back. The white-haired gal with the yellow drawing on forehead. You forgot.
Her eyes here are just like so... It's me going, are you serious?
The Taoist? I didn't forget anything. And you...
Like, Jionyangzi turned these people into Lushu and was like, and then they just stay Lushu forever and it'll be fine. Like, no, I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
You must be messing with me because I treated you badly this morning. This is your revenge, right? It's not the time for it. I really need you to...
No way.
No, there must be a way. I must be able to dispel my own craft.
At the end of her somewhat lackluster speech, her voice weakens to a whimper, an acknowledgement that there is no way out.
You must come to the jutsu with me, Jionyangzi. We'll see what we can do.
He signals to the patrol soldiers to come forward and take her away. At this moment, Jionyangzi no longer seems willing to cooperate and instead takes another step back.
I'm sorry, but I must fix it. I can fix it. This is all because of me. I need to...
She makes a ritual gesture, attempting one final desperate act of self-salvation. Which is so... Like, that's the part that really rubs me the wrong way. Like, she's not doing this to help people. She's doing this to save face. It's a desperate act of self-salvation. Like, she's not doing this because she really, truly realizes that what she did was a bad thing.
I will think carefully. Think of what I did before. I can do it. I can do it without them.
No. Writhing pain.
A dim light emanates from her forehead. like moonlight or the silver stripes on the Lushu's skin in the dead of night. The sound of more wooden dolls leaping wildly rings out. They emerge from various corners of the courtyard, breaking through the encirclement of patrol soldiers and locals with unexpected force, heading straight toward Zhou Nyangzi. The miniature wooden creations begin to grow rapidly in a twisted transformation before Zhou Nyangzi, who is now overwhelmed by a sudden burst of pain. They shift from a human form into strange, enormous beasts. To this point, everything has proceeded almost exactly like the prophecy. I don't know what prophecy this is talking about. Whatever. And then there's a fight against two huge kind of dragon creatures made out of wooden dolls. Zhou Nyangzi sits slumped in the debris of the wooden dolls smashed through everyone's joint efforts. The pain fading from her face leaves only a desperate look of despair. She holds the fragments of wood, helpless, as though she were that weak and panicked girl in the bustling marketplace once more. Right, when we first saw her, she was panicking and trying to stop the horses from rampaging through the marketplace.
Seems what they said is true. I can't do it. I just want everything to be back to normal. Is that too much?
See, here, too, she says she wants everything to be back to normal, and she's not like, I wish she was talking about, I wish I could bring back the people I hurt, you know, something like that.
There should have been ways to undo it. But now, even I am confounded. Your pain is real. Then...
Beside the broken water jar, Yenisei looks toward Besmert, who seems to feel something, and gently breaks free from the stupefied patrol soldiers. This static courtyard is like a frozen scene, and Besmert is the only actor walking freely on stage. Not being able to see the danger gives her an unworldly calm.
You said you can't do it. Not that you don't want to, right? The arcane skill with conditions cannot be taken back once it is cast. Just like the irretrievable curses and vows in Siberian shamanism.
I can see some markings on this girl's skull, like an unknown seal. I've been speculating about what caused limitation of her power. This may be the reason why she's in pain. A seal powerful enough to change one's marking on the bones is not to be easily broken.
Skull?
Zhou Nyangzi raises her hand and touches her forehead. The yellow drawing upon it should have been swept away by this sudden movement, forming a colorful mark or something else, but it doesn't.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Her exploration bearing no fruit, Zhou Nyangzi warily withdraws her hand and gives up her investigation.
I can't. I can turn them into Lushus, but not the opposite way. Maybe I can't be a Xiangrui at all. I'm not qualified.
At this point, the story has entered an unsolvable impasse. I'll say...
Alright. There's one more question that seems to be overlooked by us all. How many people have drunk Zhinengse's liquor in the merry festival spirit?
I guess maybe you could say that Zhou Nyangzi is kind of like an immortal, where she's kind of like above humans, and she doesn't really understand what it means to be human. Something like that. Like that could play into why she's seeming so cold about this. Okay. I want more of this story, so we're gonna keep going. So here's the chapter that I have not played yet. When the voice of this outsider fades, the fated hour also arrives. Those among the crowd who drank the liquor undergo a transformation amidst chaotic screams, as each and every one of them becomes a Lushu. As Jiu Nyangzi watches this irreversible scene, she is unaware that tears are already flowing down her face. She has made no progress at all. Everything is no different now than it was a few years ago, when she was even more reckless and naive. Oh man, she has a record. Oh.
The Taoist told me that my mother was the 9th Lushu from the very beginning of time. Great, though distant. After all, except for the moment she turned from a human into a Yao when she was leaving, I don't quite remember her.
Your mother was the Xiangrui, the people's guardian.
What is a Shuori?
The spirit of auspiciousness. The great Yao who protects and benefits people. Like your mother once did. But a Xiangrui is not supposed to have any personal feelings. She fell because of you. Because of the personal feeling. Remember that.
Yeah?
What is a personal feeling?
It's something she shouldn't have had. For you, either. But you shall keep to the path she left.
What path?
Taoist did not even answer her question.
Is it like the dirt path we're walking on? Or the stone path around the house?
Neither. Stay in this city. Be their guardian. Be a Xiangrui. You shall understand when the day comes.
The Taoist brought me here and left me here. That's exactly what my mother, the former Xiangrui, did to me as well. So I took departure as the price of living in the human world. Before I came to Pei City, the Taoist guaranteed me that, be a Xiangrui, and then you will understand her. How alluring was that? That's why I chose to stay here. At first, I couldn't stop thinking about what the Taoist said, but I had no idea how, because I was never taught how by anyone.
What? What's she supposed to do if she doesn't know how to be a Xiangrui?
I didn't have any other choice, so I started to recall my mother by piecing together the scattered words and descriptions from books and legends to recall what a Xiangrui is. I tried to be her, tried to replace her.
So why did the Taoist leave her there? What the heck? Uh-huh. Be a Xiangrui. Okay.
Just to meet her, once again. If I got to meet her, I would ask her, what was on your mind? If only you could see me doing such a great job as a Xiangrui, would you feel even the slightest twinge of guilt? For deserting me, for leaving me alone.
So it's like... yeah. Kids need parental figures to be around.
Well, looks like I've neither truly understood her, nor a Xiangrui.
So the idea here is that this whole thing happened because Jiu Nyangzi was not raised by a parent, because all parental roles in her life left her. Between the two people standing in the courtyard walkway in the silent rain, a decision is made.
Yangzi, are you really going to...
As someone who has always been steadfast in his will, he rarely hesitates. He doesn't know which words to use to emphasize the danger of this matter to the person in front of him, or whether all words are powerless before her final choice. And so, ultimately, he remains silent.
It's fine. I know there's no one who could jump over it. In order to stop me, Beijing even told me some stories, and they were not
She's gonna
very
go
suitable
to
for
the shrine across the broken bridge, and she has to jump over the bridge to do it. Okay.
But I have to, because there's no other way. Only
Ask for
the
help.
divination. Well, you can't talk about Shuori without the divination, right? Thank you for letting me go. You even brought me the clothes. But the Julie is not here. I'm not sure if I'm wearing it right.
So she's never been taught anything in her life, and she's always just been extremely relying on other people. And that's part of why she's really liked in the village, I bet, is because it's kind of nice to be liked, to be needed by someone. Especially if they're an adorable, cute girl, like Jionyangzi.
But it's okay. Even if it's wrong, it still looks new and colorful.
She pats the hem of her skirt aimlessly, then folds the cuffs, and finally folds back the silk drapes once more. When she cannot find anything else to fix, her farewell rises to the tip of her tongue. Yeah.
Thank you.
Everything
Thank you
sucks.
so very much.
Everything sucks. That's my conclusion about this story. I don't know how she was able to have these responsibilities, like doing stuff at the tavern and being assigned the role at the Juicy. It's just weird that no one caught on to just how much of a basket case she is, I guess. That's really insensitive of me, but like, there's something extremely wrong. She has been through a lot of trauma, and everyone's like, yep, she's so clumsy, but we all love her. And like, not looking closer. Maybe that's what this story is trying to say. Perhaps.
I'm leaving. Then.
Jionyangzi steps back and places her hands beneath her forehead, palm to back. She bows farewell to Fasao in the hallway, and the Lushu turned from Luzhang. A gesture of gratitude and an apology. She has never performed such a ritual before. This will be the first and last time.
Perhaps we will find another way. You don't have to.
He doesn't finish. Before anything he wants to say would be untrue. Or because anything he wants to say would be untrue. An example of unwarranted comfort from a survivor toward their aggressor. So Jionyangzi says nothing. She shakes her head as if she hadn't even heard his proposal, retreating into the rain, and then turns around and walks toward the outside of the Jisoo. Her footsteps have never been so relaxed before, with each step becoming faster and faster, almost evolving into a sprint toward the end. She runs toward the outside of the city, but not to escape. Here it is. The rain has not stopped since the previous night. Outside the city, Besmert and Yenisei stand at the end of the broken bridge. gazing at the misty bank opposite to them. Getian is perched on the tree above their heads. He has been here all along, arriving earlier than the others.
Mr. Getian, we are left with only one option, which is to stand here and pray for her. Correct? Pray that the Arskan Choir, or the divination, will answer us and give us what we want in a flash. But is it really possible?
I think not. We should go.
He's just like, no, we're screwed. It's not gonna happen. Just straight up. It's just not gonna happen. Oh boy. Or is he saying, no, that's not what we should be doing right now? Not sure. Besmert listens to the advancing footsteps around her, emanating from all those who are walking toward the broken bridge, still remembering the auspicious significance of this New Year's Day. At first, she tries to distinguish the voices that might be Fosao and the others, but as the rain grows heavier and louder, she finally gives up.
I heard today is a special day for the locals, known as Sui Jiao Chuan. Mr. Getian, what is Sui Jiao Chuan?
Besmert holds her wet fringe to one side and tilts the oiled umbrella towards Yenisei. The Lushu silently approaches and leads against her tightly.
It comes from an Asian proverb. 百载难逢, Sui Zhao Chun. It's the first day of a new year, and the first day of spring. Li Chun, the beginning of spring, corresponds to the lower trigram of Kan, in the direction of Gen. It is the season of life, a time when the weather is clear and the young fills the air.
They are pleasing to the ears, but I don't know what to make of it when all these are put together.
Li Chun is one of the 24 solar terms. It signifies the beginning of spring. Sui Zhao Chun is how people would call it when the first day of the Du Shuo festival and the first day of spring happen to be the same day. It is a once-in-a-century good sign.
I see.
Indeed. It's also the first day of a new year. I like the coincidence.
Do you still find it equally pleasing if your teammates are not coming back?
Then I will take them home as they are now and see what I can do. I know the words are hidden behind your silence, but this is the best option for now. After all, as you just said, prayers are not enough to bring them back.
They could, for a time.
But that's only what happened in the past. As you just said, good days only exist in our memories.
That was before the flood. The aftermath of that disaster lasted longer than I thought.
What is he talking about?
I was so wrong to think it was over.
Besmert looks up. A drop of rain falls right onto the fabric she uses to cover her eyes. Then more falls and more, gradually wetting the entire weaved surface. She listens without intending any comment.
It all began with the unstoppable flood. At first, it was just a few unusual tides that no one noticed. Then, the flood came, followed by the destruction of the bridge. The temple on the mountain thus lost its connection to its pilgrims. The prayers were no longer answered. I do not understand what caused all these things. My people left the mountain to help with the situation, but they never came back. And now, even this river beneath us is gone, just like the Yuan Temple, forever lost in the fog.
Behind them, the city residents gradually approach and carve words of divination onto the wooden sticks in their hands, just as they had in previous years. They are prepared for the fact that there may not be an answer to their questions, but they know nothing of the reason why. Besmert feels the weight of the growing crowd. They gather and write in the rain, working tirelessly for a long time. I assume they also know what happened last night, with a bunch of their village turning into Lushu? Is it the eternal fate of humans and Arcanists to act upon desires they know cannot be realized? Oh, I see, I see. Parallel with Zhou Nyangzi.
It's useless. The god won't hear us, nor will it see us.
Please know that I don't mean to offend you with this question.
Please.
Can't you take those people to the other end of the bridge? If the condition of the divination is to go across the broken bridge.
Though we're both outsiders in this place, you are more naive than I am.
Hmm? What you talking about?
One can only meet the condition by going over the bridge oneself.
Right.
Even if the price is their life. You might think it's cruel, but what good would it do if people were easily given what they asked for?
Right.
Without paying a price? Wouldn't it make others' suffering a joke?
Yeah, okay, he's spitting. Gautian lowers his head to look at Besmert and the quiet Yenisei beside him, thinking that they perhaps do not believe his words. I mean, I feel like that's a good argument. I don't see why they wouldn't believe you. He rarely needs to say so much to others in such a short space of time, but since he has already started, he might as well finish.
You don't believe me?
I'm trying to understand.
Okay, I'm always talking about how I don't understand parts of the story in this game. That part I understood, and then this character is like, I don't understand.
It's all the same. I can take you to the other side of the bridge. But you must not be disappointed if it ends up fruitless.
Pardon?
I can take you there.
Why? Why the change of mind?
Haven't I mentioned it before?
Mentioned what?
Your bones. Among all the others, you are the only one for whom I do not recognize the markings on your bones.
And that has to do with carrying her over the bridge. How? Huh? What? The scene ends? What? Like... Nah. Golly gee williker. Okay, I'm gonna eventually take a 5-minute break, but before I do, after I did this chapter last night, it unlocked this part of the event. And when I clicked on enter, it played the prologue, and I wasn't ready to look at the prologue, so I skipped it. But now I want to check it out. So let me just see. Records, maybe? Nope. Is it this? Yeah. This is probably it. Right. Prelude. Okay, I'll do this, and then I'll do a 5-minute break. A Xiangre is not supposed to have any personal feelings. Oh, right. I can't read this fast enough. Oh, okay. This is how we got a glimpse of it before Chapter 21. Earthen ramparts and stone walls rise up on the horizon. The towering city gates loom ahead. Travelers come and go, pausing only briefly when the gate's shadow to undergo within the gate's shadow to undergo inspection before being granted entry into the city. A bullock cart, sandwiched within the procession, slowly advances. It is halted in its tracks. Hey, stop there. What's in the cart? Just some dried mushrooms I bought to sell, sir. Despite this claim, the thatched mat covering the cart is bulging unnaturally, as though something is hidden underneath. The guard prods it with the scabbard of his sword. A small figure springs out from beneath it, startling everyone in the vicinity. She is chewing on a piece of dried mushroom, mumbling under her breath.
To Pay City.
Oh, she was gonna get smuggled in? Who are you? Why are you in my cart? Oh, okay, she's a stowaway. You're eating my mushrooms. Mommy isn't here. The Taoist asked me to go to the city. Pay City. I'm hungry. Wow. Perhaps she got separated from her family. What's your name? Where did you come from? The guard extends his hand to help her down from the cart. She rejects the offer, instead grabbing another handful of mushrooms and stuffing them into her mouth. Then with a deft leap, she lands on the back of the ox pulling the cart. Okay. Hey kid, get down, now! The girl moves nimbly like a little bouncing bean, striding with ease as she darts between the carts and horses. In the blink of an eye, she vanishes without a trace. Wow, okay. Alright. It's slowly coming together for me. It's almost like the people of the village, liked her, but they didn't really reach out to her to be like, are you okay? Like, is there anything weird? Is there anything that is wrong that you need help with? Or something like that? Man. This sure is a story. That's all I will say. This is what I'm interested in, so this is what I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to go ahead and take a 5-minute break. I'm going to just get up and stretch and get something to drink, use the restroom, and I welcome everyone watching to do the same as well. I will be back in about 5 minutes. Be right back. I return. Here we go. I was wondering if I should just keep going with that side, like Jonyoung's story mode, but I think I would rather see if I can try and finish the event.
WiffleWaffle_ just followed.
Hey! WiffleWaffle, thanks for following. Wait a second. Did you not follow before? I forget. But anyway, thank you. That's really nice. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. It's been a slow day. I thought I'd followed before, haha. Yeah. That is quite mysterious. I know I do have another follower named Waffles, but I could swear that you, WiffleWaffle, followed me when I started streaming or so. That's so funny. But yeah, if Reverse 1999 is not your thing, I also do Honkai Star Rail, and I just today got back into Genshin Impact after taking a real long, pretty much like a month-long break. And every once in a while, I'll do something completely out of left field, like a karaoke stream, or playing Mahjong or something. Anyway, oh my goodness. And now I've got 4 viewers. That is over twice the amount that I've had for the first bit of the stream. So funny. Welcome everyone. I just got back from a break and we're about to dive back into the half anniversary event story once again. Epitome of Lost, lurk, lurk, lurk. Welcome! Thank you so much for the lurk. Oh goodness. Thank you so much, everyone. I just, as a spoiler to people who don't know, I went onto Discord, on a small friends Discord, and I was like, hey, literally no one's watching my stream right now, so if anyone wants to lurk, that'd be awesome. So that's nice. Half anniversary? Semi-versary? Yeah, I know, right? Something like that. It's apparently been 6 months. Bi-anniversary? I like that because it sounds like bisexual. So that, yeah, I like that one. Bi-anniversary. Indeed. And yeah, happy Pride Month, everyone. I hope you enjoy my very, very scuffed attempt at putting a progress flag on my PNGTuber. I literally, like, found a picture of the intersex inclusive progress flag on Google Images, and then I put it in a graphics program, and I used my mouse to, by hand, like, draw around the edge of it, because it was a picture of the flag on a background of a blue sky. I literally, like, cut it out and stuck it on top of my PNGTuber. So that's why it looks a little bit weird. But I think that just means it's very do-it-yourself. It's very DIY, and it makes it all the more special. Nice. I like your new decal, ShinyBot. Thank you so much, WiffleWaffle. I appreciate that. I thought of it last second, right before I started the stream on Monday. Pride Month is a lot of fun, And now we're about to read an event story that is not a lot of fun. I mean, it's interesting and I'm invested, but man, everyone is having a bad time and everyone is hopeless. And there's no hope of anything working out here. The only hope I have is that because it's a fictional story, they're going to try to find some way to Deus Ex Machina the ending to make things work out. I'm sure that's what's going to happen because they want people to feel good so they spend money on the gacha game. But man, a bunch of people got turned into horses, and the person who did it didn't realize that that was a bad thing to do. Literally, she did not realize that was a bad thing to do. And they're like, okay, can you turn them back into humans? And she's like, right. Okay, yeah, I should do that. And then she tries, and her little magical helpers are like, no, there's no way to do that. And she's like, what? And everything sucks. And everybody in the village is like, how did this happen? And it's probably because this arcanist who did the transformation skill really wasn't being taken care of by people or anyone. And even though the whole village liked her and stuff, her name's Jiu Nyangzi, they liked her, but no one ever really checked in with her to be like, hey, is there anything going on? Anything up? I know we know that you can't read, and we know that you don't have parents, but you seem really happy, so we think you're cool, and yeah, let's all hang out together. So that's the vibe I've gotten over the past 20 chapters, and now we are in chapter 21. I can't talk for too long because I really would like to finish this by the end of stream, so we'll see. This new discovery swiftly draws Besmert's attention away from the broken bridge. Oh, yeah, Gutian said something at the end of the last chapter. I guess Besmert is probably about to repeat what he just said in astonishment, so hopefully that'll jog my memory.
Hmm? What is that supposed to mean?
No, you have to repeat what he said!
Judging from the fact that you have unreadable bones...
Oh, right.
You are certainly neither a Yao nor a human. A Grumpkin? No.
Oh, so at the end of the last chapter, Gutian, this feather man here, revealed to Besmert that he has looked at her bones, because that has a skill that he has, and she has unreadable bones. Normally he can read people's bones in their body and be like, I can identify that you are this from your bones. From stuff that is written on the bones or just whatever. And she's a mystery, apparently. Girl, your bones are blurry. Yeah, exactly. That's the exact vibe.
I'm also an arcanist.
Right. In this world, arcanists are not humans. They are really similar in a lot of ways, but they are not the same existence.
My instinct told me that I should flee to the end of the world the moment I saw you.
But wait, he's saying this, and he's making it seem like she's the only one who has unreadable bones. But we know that Yenisei is also an arcanist. Did he not read her bones and be like, oh, you have unreadable bones, so why is she special?
You did run away, along with my poor teammates, who were turned into Lushus.
They were all turned into Lushus, which are kind of arcanist beast that looks like a horse.
I could not have imagined being around someone with unreadable bones.
Oh, he's used to knowing what's up with everybody around him, so once he sees the mystery person, he's like, nope, I'm gonna GTFO.
Turns out, it wasn't as strange as I thought it would be.
Not much difference, you mean? Like the people here believe that there's no difference between humans and arcanists, which makes me very surprised.
Based on the bones I've seen, they are different. It's just that.
Doesn't make a difference, right? We are the same when we desire something.
Unreadable bones. I know. This game is a lot. It's it's so It is extremely dramatic. Everything about this game is extremely dramatic. Oh, I didn't read that. Besmert turns her face toward where the people are moving. She holds her face as if firmly staring at something despite her lack of sight.
I wasn't questioning you or the temple when I asked you about flying to the other side. I wasn't even questioning the strange condition of this arcane skill.
What do you mean?
I was running out of options, I guess. It was just some futile effort I made when I realized this was a dead end. But I have no idea how it got to this point.
Besmert makes her decision. She lifts the oiled umbrella and sticks it between the branches above her head. Walking out from beneath its cover, heading toward the people carving sticks in the rain. What? Yenisei does not stop either. Yenisei has been turned into a Lushu. She follows behind Besmert, just as she has been doing since their departure.
Where are you going?
I have questions to ask.
Is she gonna try to jump across the bridge, even though she's blind?
Even if there are no answers?
Yes. I think it is the same for all these people.
Real horse girl hours. Yeah. For sure. And she can communicate with people if she can use water to communicate with people. Yenisei, I mean. She already had arcana skill that was related to using water to, like, determine things related to direction and paths. But now that she is a Lushu, she uses water to speak.
They keep asking, even though they hear no answers.
Besmert walks forward, almost reaching the broken bridge, until Yenisei grabs her sleeve.
It's okay. I know what you're going to say.
Yenisei reveals her image in the rain. The surface of the water is lightly pattered by raindrops, and her face is rippled by their falling. Fortunately, her heart is no longer swaying like her reflection.
How are you going to do it? We don't have any wooden chips like that.
Oh, everyone else is using wooden chips that they write their wishes on, I think?
I will use my finger, mud, and water, on the ground. You can ask too, whatever means you use.
What I want to know.
Besmert crouches down and pokes her index finger into the soft mud, writing a few Cyrillic letters. They are all, the two arcanists came here from Russia. Then others, and then still more. By the time she finishes writing the entire question, the first letters have already been eaten by the heavy rain, like seawater washing away etchings on a beach.
Child, what's your question? Say it if you like.
I think I will write it down.
What? With your horse hoof? Yenisei doesn't believe that doing so will have any purpose, but she cannot refuse Besmert. As she gazes at her face in the pool of water, she once again activates her arcane skill and asks the question that has been waiting in her heart. The red-haired girl suddenly disappears from the pool of water in front of her. Instead, a line of Cyrillic letters composed of warm-colored dots appears on the clear water's surface. I can't read Cyrillic! The girl looks at the water and realizes that the line of words doesn't even need to be fully legible. Rain pounds and waves rise. The water trembles with her question. Where is my water? The sudden emergence of more animal footsteps prevents Yenisei from becoming lost in deeper thought. The red-haired girl reappears in the water. Her tone is unsparing as usual.
Are they still going to carry out the fortune walk?
She's like, are they still gonna try to jump across this broken bridge? Yenisei turns around. These animals, neither Lushus nor striped horses, have left the city's unattended Jushu and coincidentally arrived here. They They are stood there, naked and tired, unadorned in any festive decorations. The ribbons and flowers Yenisei had seen on that first day in the bustling market have disappeared. Not suitable for the present situation, after all. That makes sense. This is not... We're not really celebrating anymore. The festival has been rained on, in a literal and metaphorical sense.
They are carrying wooden chips in their mouths.
Aww.
They're all here, right?
Yes. With the wooden chips. They are here for the divination, but the chips are empty.
Oh, they didn't write anything on the chips?
They will have to ask in their minds.
What would you like me to do?
You can be their mouths, hands, and eyes. You can also do nothing. Just like the good sir waiting behind us.
Huh. This story feels like it's also a argument for acting or not acting. Action versus inaction, I guess. Gutian remains in the tree and thus sees everything. Like, you could say that with Gutian, the story is urging him to act. And then with Jion Yangzi, we know that her mistake was kind of like deciding to act instead of not doing anything, because her decision to act was, I know, I'll turn them into a Lushu, which was a mistake. Gutian remains in the tree and thus sees everything. His wings have become damp and heavy from the rain, and the cloth on his head is soaked, pressing down heavily as if dragging him back down to the ground, back into the mud, back to the place where the world began. What did I say? This game is super dramatic. He doesn't move, silently taking stock of everything that happened under that tree.
I see. If they are here for the divination, I will help.
There are many puddles on the uneven ground. After a brief flicker of light, faces begin to appear in the water. They fade again, one by one, forming in long or short sentences. Though Yenisei cannot understand them, this is all she can do. Wait, I got confused for a second. After a brief flicker of light, faces begin to appear in the water. Is she, like, spreading her skill to the other half Lushu so that they can speak through the water like she can? I don't know. She continues to look for a while, then forces herself to turn around and search for Besmert.
Madam, after we go back...
Besmert smiles, shakes her head gently, and halts the girl's words. Besmert turns around, seeming to be facing Gutian's direction, back to the city gates from which everyone came. She can sense a steady stream of energy flowing toward some destination.
You're wrong. It can hear us.
The god? At the shrine? Maybe? Gutian is in the tree, shaking off his wings like a swallow, shaking off the reasons for making him feel so excessively damp. He knows that Besmert must not be talking to him, as the blind arcanist continues to work in vain. But then, he is wrong yet again.
Who is that?
The sound everyone present can hear becomes louder and louder against the breaking silence, accompanied now by nothing but the patter of the rain to the point... Oh goodness, I can't read that fast. Red dress swiftly passing over them all. Woo, it's the thing from the trailer! Oh, she has the thing in her mouth! And she's gonna jump over the broken bridge. Oh my gosh. Okay, we didn't see this in the trailer. They did a good job of finding a way to animate this and make it look good. Woo! Oh boy! Oh boy! Wah! Fly! This is cool. Oh, did she become a Lushu? Apparently. I guess if you're gonna jump, you have to become a Lushu. That makes sense. That tracks. Oh, look at that. Look at that gorgeous artwork. Man. Oh, this game. Both those familiar and unfamiliar with her quickly realize her identity, despite the change. Why did she do it? Did she really jump over the broken bridge? What could possibly have happened to her after doing so? A myriad of questions hovers in the minds of the confounded witnesses.
It was her. The noise I heard. It was Qianengzi, right? It was an unusual disturbance when she jumped over the bridge.
That was Jiu Nyangzi. Mr. Liu, did you see that?
Yes, that's her. That's really her. High heaven, she did it. She jumped over.
In shock, someone hurriedly pokes their head toward the opposite bank of the broken bridge, but stops and withdraws at the cliff's edge. They are seeking a definite answer, but through the steepness and height of the cliff, naturally they never imagined someone might cross it.
That. That's right. It's Junangzi.
What the?
I saw her turn into a Lushu.
What?
Madam, she turned into a real Lushu.
It's just an instantaneous wish-granting skill? What?
In the river.
Oh my gosh, instantly. Wow.
The Pele River is rising.
The river's coming back. Oh my gosh. Beneath the cliff no longer lies a canyon or a low river, but a constantly rising torrent.
I can talk. My body's... What's happening?
I hope everybody has their clothes. The people finally react. They look at each other excitedly, a red light illuminating their faces like the dazzling courtyard fires beneath the festival walkways, or the strip of light that appeared on the river before. Their divine wishes have been granted.
Wait. My body is back?
Yenisei almost leaps into the air to embrace Besmert.
Junangzi, she jumped over the bridge. She jumped over, in the human form. She didn't fall. I'm not sure if I saw it clearly. I think for an instant, she turned into a real Lushu. Is this the power of the divination? The magic of Ask and Acquire?
So the whole reason that Yenisei and Besmert went out traveling was to find the legendary magic of Ask and Acquire, which is essentially a wish-granting skill or magic.
The people in the city have come back, so maybe...
A voice now long unheard also sounds from beside them.
What the?
Oh, this guy's back. Hi, Krolek.
What's going on?
It hurts.
Mr. Krolik.
In the crowd, all the companions they once had lost are now returned to them.
Oh dear. I had this strangest dream.
And Mr. Yurien. Everyone. They are over there. Madam, let's go see them.
Without waiting for an answer, Yenisei waves from a distance and immediately runs toward them.
Here! We are here!
Bai Zai Nun Feng Sai Jiao Chan. It's indeed a rare occasion.
Okay, so Jiu Nyangzi was willing to throw herself into the river in order to make everything right again. So, not so selfish as she was seeming earlier. Perhaps a bit fickle or hard to pin down, but there you have it. Golly. What a thing. I just, let's keep going. Let's keep reading. Okay, we're gonna say goodbye now. Man, it felt like it was gonna take a while for things to really wrap up properly, but, there you go.
Previously, we were at...
陆蛇, the Shuori came to the human world to go through the God's test, but she repented.
What? Came to the human world to go through the God's test, but she repented? Came to the human world to go through the God's test. That's like, is that Jionyangzu coming to the human world and the Taoists sent her there as a part of a test? But she repented.
Exactly. She had been troubled by the repentance until the New Year's Eve. That night, her tutor straightened her out, and she was very grateful. After that, she bid him goodbye and went to the broken bridge alone.
It was interesting that when Jionyangzu came out of that building in her new outfit that was all disheveled and not very put on well, the Kasao was there. Wait, what's his name? Sao was there, and he's like, maybe there's another way. I feel like that should have been Lojang.
However, ladies,
since Lojang was her kind of
this year happened to
guardian
be the
in a way.
Of spring. Such a coincidence happens only once every 100 years. On this particular day, the thunderstorm was raging, and all the strangest things happened. The cliff was shrouded in confusing fog, and below was a bottomless abyss. No one had ever jumped over the bridge successfully. Yet, the Lu Shu decided to make an attempt for the sake of the people who believed in her. She was determined to retrieve the tortoiseshell divination.
That's not it. She used the wooden chip, not the tortoiseshell.
You've told this story for many times and still getting it wrong? You have to admit you're not young anymore.
Well, there's no such thing as a perfect story. Adaptations are always allowed, right? Please, pretend you didn't hear me and forget about it.
Give me a break. He's telling that story again? I thought he'd be done with it after last time. I even bought a ticket.
Last time? When? Last year? Did you sleep for a whole year?
I hear you, gentleman in blue.
Now he's listening.
You know, you are part of the story. Just like me.
Me? What do you mean?
Listen and you'll know. So, the Lu Shu jumped over the bridge, awakened the Yuan Temple, and revived the Peilin River. As a result, more and more people come to the Pei City at festivals. So I start telling stories again. As for you, the Lu Shu took over your tavern and turned you into her kind because you were an unscrupulous profiteer.
Yeah.
You gave short weight to the people. That caused the decline of your business. Yet, you blamed it on the poor harvest.
What?
But I think the Lu Shu saved you from the plight. She ran the tavern for you, and you had a good sleep during that time. In a word, you did nothing good. But things ended up well for you.
What? No way! I want that too. If only somebody could finish my essay when I fall asleep.
Already writing a political essay at this age? You have a promising future, young man. But I think you should go home now and get some sleep. You need to rest well so you can continue with your studies tomorrow. After all, the essay matters much more than the story. right?
Am I to assume it has been a year? They stuck around for a year here? Oh, I should be reading. Amidst the festive hustle and bustle, a farewell brews in front of the city gates. This is the place from which people come and people go.
I have so many things to write about this time. Enough for me to write a travel note. What should I call it? Travel in the East? Journey to Pay City?
Neither of them sounds good. There are already too many travels and journeys. I think you are different from those authors, madam. So...
Gutian escorts the group to a spot near the city gate, where the road splits into two. On one side lies the road up the mountain, and on the other lies the road down. He slowly descends to the ground, standing still, stiff and slightly uncomfortable. The human companions of the two arcanists retreat in caution and fear from the strange bird creature.
Indeed. Unlike others, the two of you have experienced it in its entirety.
What do you mean?
There was a beginning, and now here is an end. Forget not where you came from at the end. This is the entirety. Thus, happiness is found.
I'm sorry that I still don't understand your riddles.
That's no matter.
Sorry to interrupt you. Can we go? I really want to go home right away.
This time, I understand where he's coming from, totally.
Ah, then we shall.
Please wait. There's one more thing.
Certainly. Please.
The questions you asked, have you had the answers?
I'm not sure.
What do you mean?
Right, I know that Yenisei asked, "Where is my water?" or something like that.
When Nengse jumped over the bridge, Yenisei saw a pattern being formed where I wrote my question. We didn't understand it. It didn't bother us either. Perhaps because there was no answer to my question.
A question is asked, and a divination is made.
The wand is flying
What you
around.
saw might be a hexagram, not the interpretation of it. Do you still remember what it looks like?
Yenisei thinks for a moment and uses a rock hammer handle to draw crooked and twisted lines in the sand, with occasional breaks in the middle of them.
It changed a little, and ended up like this.
The hexagram of water and fire. I'd assume this belongs to an elderly person. What about yours?
Belongs to an elderly person? I don't know what that means. Yenisei is stunned for a moment, then draws a few more lines. By the end of it, her offering is already rather messy, so much so that she stretches out a section of it. Fortunately, Gutian can still read it.
This is Shu, the hexagram of waiting. Though I don't know what could be derived from it. The interpretation is simple. Above is water, the stranding dragon, advising patience. Below is uprightness, which means you will smooth away the obstacles.
Which means...
You will find your water. All you need to do is wait.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. I didn't know that.
As for your hexagram, you have gone across the river. A decision has been made.
I see.
I don't. What?
Turns out the divination doesn't help at all.
Yeah. I'm with Yenisei, kind of.
It does, if you believe in it.
No, I know what you mean. It is exactly how I expected it to be. Thank you, Mr. Gutian.
No need.
And what about you? Have you learned your answer?
It told me to let things be.
I didn't know they had a question in the first place, but, huh.
Since I have left the mountain, I should follow what's inside my mind.
Yes, you should. And then when your banner comes up, I hope you come home. I'm definitely going to be summoning Gutian in a month and a half when he finally shows up.
I remember that at the end of the Peiling River, where the lanterns float, stands a great building.
I forgot to say the thing before. Gutian turns his head and points his wings toward the path up the mountain.
It might be real or illusional. I have seen it many times, yet I have never thought of going there.
The two of them look in the direction pointed out by Gutian, only seeing the jungle into which Jionyangzi disappeared, and nothing more. Uh-huh. I mean, I don't see a jungle, I see a wasteland.
There's nothing there.
Huh?
I will go anyway.
Then... what about Junangzi? She jumped over the bridge. Is she never coming back?
Is she a Lufu forever now? Gutian doesn't answer, he only shakes his head. All Yenisei can do is glance over to Gutian filled with unspoken inquiries. Besmert turns toward the distant cliffs and jungle, standing without speaking for a long while. Until at last she breaks her silence.
Perhaps we will meet again. One day.
Uh-huh. Alright, so Gutian is headed to where Jionyangzi was going. And assumedly, Yenisei and Besmert are taking everybody back to Russia. And now we're gonna go back to the point where Yenisei was going through the notes from this journey during the framing device that we saw at the beginning. Last chapter. I love last chapters that are called We Will Meet Again, or Reunion, or things like that. The party journeys along the river for a long time, but the night never falls. Most of them are in a hurry to leave, the same desire as before, but now much stronger than ever before, more than enough to bring the long-awaited harmony of a common purpose to the team. Right, because before, not so much harmony. And no one dares mention their experiences for the rest of the trip. Yeah. I feel like that would be superstitious, or it would be a bad luck to do that.
Let's make camp after we get out of the forest. What do you say?
I'm fine with it. How are you feeling, Mr. Jurian?
I'm fine with that.
A few still harbor a lingering curiosity, one they endure for a long time, and until unable to resist, they turn around to see if the ancient city on the mountainside is still in sight. But while this is not a story where those who look back might turn into pillars of salt, there remains no trace of the strange city that should have still been in view. Yeah. It just kind of disappears. Mysterious Mystery City. And as they walk onward, the revived river known as the Palin too has changed its appearance. Right, because at the beginning of this whole thing, they camped and then they were like, hey, was this river always here? When we set up camp, I don't think there was a river over here, but there's a river now.
Madam, the river!
The once wide river invisibly splits into slender tributaries behind them, spread out across the lush spring meadows like a rope net. Even if they wanted to find it, they might never distinguish the one that would lead them back.
What is it?
Ooh.
The compass is working. Great!
Oh, they made it out of the mystery land, apparently. Their fellow traveler excitedly raises his hands, briefly blocking Yenisei's gaze from besmirch. The girl takes advantage of the situation and withdraws the words she cannot say. She only gently shakes her head.
Nothing. Let's move. The compass is working, which means we can rely on the map again.
Oh, that's good. As for the book I'm going to write...
Yes? Have you decided the title?
Yes. I will call it... Notes on Shuori.
Notes on Shuori. Yes, that's the title.
Now my question is are they going to remember what went down? Because earlier she was reading these notes and she was like, oh, there's days missing. So that's mysterious. She flips over a page and continues reading.
The title is actually not a good choice for a book on geographical discoveries. On one hand, there is no doubt that Shuori is a difficult word for the target readers of this book. On the other hand, the word notes, in most cases, is used to describe the collections of informal essays. They usually record the daily talks of professional writers, and thus include a variety of ideas and inspirations. As a geographer, however, I don't possess enough knowledge of literature to write the real notes, nor does the assistant who takes dictations from me, unfortunately. Even so, we have decided to use these words for the title. Postscript. The title has also been included in the first draft we sent to the editors of Motherland Documentary and the Department of Publication Review. The next page is missing. Let me see. Oh, found it. June 4. Sunny. I never knew the journey back to Omsk would take so long. My assistant and I set off from Yekaterinburg last year, and we didn't arrive until now. In Omsk, we met the governor again. I left him some drafts of this book in return for the help from the local Scientific Research Association. Those drafts have recorded the steppe ecosystem around the Om River in detail. For example, before we arrived in Omsk, we followed a herd of sheep across the river. The wool on their tails was apparently matted. I recorded this detail because the way they crossed the water was almost a miracle. It is known to all that sheep can be easily drowned because their thick wool holds them back in water. Yet, things seemed different for those sheep. They had been trained by the local herders and were able to cross the river swiftly, as if they were only several balls of cotton floating on the water.
When they came to the shore, I noticed that their hooves were in the shape of a round cake, with one slice missing.
So now we have Ms. Radio reading aloud these notes. And Verton, our main character, is listening.
They climbed out of the water with their little cake hooves, shook themselves dry, and continued on to the next pasture, never hesitant to go forward, never looking back. Seeing all these, I hope I would be as determined as these sheep in my future journey. Today's article was an extract from a geographic manuscript from St. Pavlov Foundation Far East Branch, recorded by Yenisei.
St. Pavlov Foundation Far East Branch. Okay.
Next is the news broadcast.
Wait, was she sleeping?
Miss Radio?
Yes, I'm here.
What time is it now?
It's 4:15 p.m.
The nap went on a little longer than I thought.
Yes. How are you feeling?
I think I had a dream. Many animals were jumping over a broken bridge.
I read you a story which has zebras and sheep in it.
Zebras and sheep? I don't remember that.
Excuse me? Is Timekeeper in the room?
I am.
Ooh, this is exciting. I love the way this is ending.
There is something I need to confirm with you.
I'm sorry. Who's that? It's me, Sonetto. I might have taken too long a nap. Never mind. Please, come in.
What? For a second I thought that Vertin didn't know Sonetto's name, but she just didn't know her voice right away.
It's okay. I had a weird dream. What's going on?
Oh, it's a letter from the Foundation. A colleague from the Russian branch was transferred to the headquarters today.
Oh.
She has shown a strong willingness to perform long-term field missions.
Oh boy, is it Yenisei?
Thus, the headquarters intends to transfer her to the Timekeeper Squad. Would you have a meeting with her? It is said that she is experienced in geographical exploration and survival in the wilderness. She could be a great helper.
Geographical exploration? What's her name?
Please hold on. Let me check her file here. And her name is... Yenisei.
We were just listening to a program on the radio written by her. There you go. But what about Besmert? Is Besmert related to Vertin in any way? I also think that Besmert has something to do with Vertin. They seem like they must be related in some way. Let me see. I was told that after you do the event story, you get a daily thing that you can do for the event. So maybe it's this. These beasts seem much more aggressive than before. Right, prepare for new challenges against the enemy. Right. And then... it? Oh, click on that. Right. Oh, okay. The Beast of Nyoyong has 5 levels. The higher the level, the more score you receive after a successful challenge. After clearing the current level, the challenge for the next level will open the next day. The Beast of Nyoyong has different rules depending on the level. During the challenge, you can use the blessings you receive to adjust your arcane skill strategies and exploit the enemy's weaknesses to your advantage. 1. A cumulative score to claim rewards from Gifts of Nyoyong. 2. The best daily score is added to the overall progress bar. Therefore, analyzing your enemy's weaknesses and adjusting your arcane skill strategies is crucial to accumulating more progress. 3. You can get a daily bonus after completing the challenge for the first time each day. There it is. Okay. So let's do it. Sure. Alright. Ally. After casting a basic incantation on an enemy, inflict 1 stack of pliability on the target. After casting an ultimate, remove 3 stacks of pliability from the target. Pliability. Damage taken reduction plus 15%. What? So, anytime I use incantations on the enemy, it's going to be harder to do damage against them until I use my ultimate on them, and then it removes the stacks. Okay. And here's all sorts of rewards we get. What's this? Aw, for the wilderness. Neat. Okay, I love some brief cacophony. Sounds good to me. And some moment of dissonance. Let's see what level 1 is like. Ba-ba-ba-bum-ba-bum. These guys again. It might sound strange, but
let us get to
I'm actually gonna use Melania here.
Give me 10 more minutes.
Because she's all about ramping up her ultimate. Oh, maybe I should do Shimane, because he can use his ultimate twice in a row. Here we go! This is what the battle looked like for that chapter I read at the beginning of stream.
Duty lies with me.
Nice music! I love it. And it's 4 of us versus 2 of them. Let's do this. This, and this.
Until the torch is lit. Now dance.
Unconventional choice.
They get a stack of that. Pliability. Rockin' music. Loving it. It was really good. Diggity, 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 diggity. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Learn from silence.
3, 2, 1, down.
Alright, 1 down. I can probably get rid of it without even bothering with an ultimate. We'll do this. This. And this, I guess.
We've walked a long night.
Level 1 seems pretty easy.
It's time to say goodbye. Don't miss me, really.
I got lucky coins! Alright, so. Got a bunch of stuff from the first bit. Today's best, 1,000. And then when I go here, I get it the next day. Okay, cool. So this is different from this up here in the middle. Okay, huh. Interesting. Well, since I can't do that one again right away, let's take a look at this battle on a higher difficulty in the story version of it, because that will also give me some coins. And I'll just do the same thing here.
Get the helium fill your terminal helo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love this music! I don't know what else to say besides I love this music! What is this?
Everyone. Learn from silence.
Welcome, viewers!
A nice one.
I think I'll stream for another 5 minutes maybe or so and then be signing off, but I finally finished the event story, the main event story that is, the one that's like voice acted. It's 23 chapters long, and it was really, really good, and now I'm going back to this battle to play it on the harder difficulties. Let's do, actually, do this. This music's really good. This music's really good. Can't get over it. And this and this.
Until the torch is lit. Hold on to that.
3, 2, 1, down. A nice one.
I love Balloon Party's counter. It's so good. Alright, and now
Great
this. Maybe shuffle. I do this. And then this. This and
Great
this.
decision. Now this.
Unconventional choice.
No problem. No problem. Oh, I got heartburn. I've never seen heartburn before. Attack plus 5%. At the end of the round, take own max HP times 8% Genesis damage. And there's 2 stacks of it. Effect stackable, removed after casting an incantation on Beast of Nyoyong. Yin. I can't! It's dead, so I guess I have those stacks and that's just how it's gonna be. That's fine though, I've got this in the bag. Finish this off with whatever. Do that. No.
Time waits for no one, even for a great people.
Woohoo!
Victory secured. I should excuse myself.
Thank you very much, Six. Coins, coins, coins! I'm up to 7,000 points for the shop. I guess I should save up for this side tube? It seems like a decent side tube, even for people who aren't Jonyoungza. Like, Lilia could probably use it. I'm just gonna click on some things really quick. And then I'll go back in there for one more go at the higher difficulty version of that fight. There we go, that's the rest of the daily activity. Good. I can't wait until I get Balloon Party skin. It's gorgeous. Like, just look at that. Ugh. Gorgeous, I tell you. Alright. One last fight before I sign off. Arduous level. Okay. Do they have any other special things they do? Oh yeah, heartburn. They both do heartburn? Oh wait, this one does heartburn. Oh, so Yang gives you heartburn and you need to use an incantation on Yin to get rid of it. Yin gives Bolt Strike and you can get rid of it by hitting Yang. Got it. Alright, let's try it again. I'll let this play through, it's not that long. Pulmonary lobe. Alright. Here we go.
The moment of silence.
Plan A. Plan B.
Everyone has their own. Learn from silence.
Am I supposed
Yep, they're a little bit tougher.
Down.
Stay balanced. Stay balanced.
Maybe I should beat up Yin first, since I have an Afflatus advantage against that one. Let's see here. Do this, 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 and this.
We walk in long lines.
3, 2, 1, down.
Kick, kick, kick. Everybody's kicking.
2, 1, down.
Eternal Heart buff mark. It's sort of a round. Gain random buffs based on number of stacks. Right. These are interesting little gimmicks they have in this fight here. Let's do this, 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 and this.
Great decision.
Break it, break it.
Everyone
Conventional choice.
hold on to that.
This track is amazing. So good. Alright, so now I probably want to buff the main. Maybe I'll also... let's not do this, because if I can get 6 to use his ult at max Eureka, that'd be preferable. In which case, let's do this.
Alright, deep breath in.
This, and then hopefully that gets rid of Yin. If not, Melania will get rid of Yin.
The torch is lit. Give me a hand, friends. I can't do this alone.
Yeah. Oh well.
Time waits for no one. Even for a great...
You tried, Shemaine. You tried. At least he'll have his ult back up again next round, as that's how his kit works. Or wait, does he have enough things? Oh, almost enough. He only needs one more Moxie, and then he can use his ultimate again right away. All right. Tell you what, let's do this, this, and this to get rid of some Moxie from the enemy.
Benefit from reading.
Conventional choice.
Now we have 6's ult and Shemaine's ult. We are good to go.
Time comes to speak of truth. Alright, deep breath in.
Andy.
Go, go, go!
The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
45k.
3, 2, 1, down.
And Shemaine finishes it off.
Get to this alone.
Ugh, amazing music. Alright. I'm gonna feel sad for Jo Young-soo every single time I beat that stage.
Don't miss me, really. I'll be...
Ah, Balloon Party, you are so creepy. Alright. Ooh. Complete stage NS19 Arduous while an ally has 3 stacks of Heartburn in story mode. Alright. What else do we have here? Complete stack NS19 Arduous while defeating both enemies in the same round in story mode. Okay. And while an ally has 3 stacks of Bolt Strike in story mode. Right. Okay. What else is there down here? Completed battle after an ally enters the vivacity status 2 times. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Complete a battle after triggering and consuming undeserving to deal increased damage 3 times. Spend coins, and then crisis mode will unlock in a certain amount of days. Let's find out. Okay. When I stream again on Thursday, I'll be able to check out hard mode or crisis mode. The game can't make up its mind which one it wants to call it, but one of those. I can get the side tube. I guess I'll get it. Sure. I'm getting it. Woohoo! She looks so confident and sure of herself. And it's all a lie that she's telling herself. Goodness sake. What a crazy, weird story that was. Tell me in the comments what you thought of that whole event story, because, man, I'm gonna need some time before I can really put my words together about it. I thought it was... It sure was a thing. It really, really was a thing. But yeah, I appreciate everyone coming to join in. Very cool to see y'all in the chat. Appreciate the people who came by charitably after I was whimpering in Discord that I had like 0 viewers. It's been a while since I've had 0 viewers, so I was like, what? Something must be wrong. What is happening? But we ended up with quite a few of you here, so that's awesome. Thanks for joining. I'm gonna see here if there's a channel I can raid per mayhaps. Let me see. Maybe I'll send you over to Corvilli, who is playing an entirely different game, but Destiny 2. I saw some friends of mine talking about Destiny 2 today in my Discord, and it looks like 2 of my people that I follow are playing Destiny 2. So it must be a Destiny 2 kind of day. I'm assuming if you've seen anything Destiny 2 related today, maybe you're itching to see some of that as well. Alright, but like I've said before, I generally stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But of course this week is different.
Please don't mind me. And take your time. I'm good at waiting. Just like the mushrooms.
Thank you, Ezra. I appreciate that. This week I'm streaming Tuesday, Thursday instead of Wednesday, Friday. So I look forward to streaming it with y'all again in 2 days. You can follow me on socials, ShinyBotTV here on Twitch, or over on YouTube, or on Twitter/X. And yeah, I hope everyone takes care of themselves. Happy Pride Month, everybody. And make sure, like, you know, check in with yourself. Make sure that you're fed. Make sure you're drinking your water and staying hydrated. Especially make sure you're being hydrated. You're staying hydrated if it's the summer months, if you're watching this as a VOD. But things are starting to warm up over here in my area, so it's a reminder to me and a reminder to you all as well. But yeah, I look forward to streaming for y'all again in 2 days. Until then, many well wishes, and I hope to see y'all next time. Time to start the raid. Bye-bye. Off we go.
I don't want that. I don't want maybe radar booster.